Today we're going to try and repair one of these Vans hiking shoes. Had these for about a year, have wore them a little bit, not put a lot of miles on them, but I've got an issue where the sole is starting to separate. So a couple months ago, I was having a similar issue on these North Face trail shoes of my wife's, and it's kind of hard to tell, but the sole was separating on the inside, kind of right here where my thumb is. You can see a little bit of a gap kind of right here, but I cleaned that out, put some glue in there, and it's held up for several months, including she wore these shoes on a trip recently to Washington DC, where we walked a ton for an entire week, and then she's wore them hiking a few times since. So the product we're going to use is this Loctite shoe glue. Since it works so well on my wife's North Face shoes, we're going to try it again. You can see I've already used some. So I'm going to put the package aside. I'll put a link to that in the description if you want to try this on your shoes. Hopefully we'll have the same result on these. Real quick before we get going, I just want to brush this out a little bit, make sure there's no loose debris, dirt, dust, rocks. And we're just going to get some of this glue in there. Kind of want to get as much of that gap covered as possible from end to end. Get it in there all the way deep to where it's, as far as it's separated. Get some on the edge of this rubber here. Now some of this is going to squeeze out when we close it up. I'm going to put some clamps on it in a minute. So that's probably going to be enough. And then when it squeezes out, we can clean that up a little bit. All right. So I got some clamps. I'll grab a shop paper towel, and let's try and put some of these on here. We need a bigger one. Maybe I'll try my other clamps. One thing that you'll find when working on various projects like this is you can never have too many clamps. So I'm going to use these little quick grip clamps, and I think these are going to work a little better. So we'll just kind of snug that up. You can see that's tightening up our gap there. Get a couple more on there. Okay, we can see that we've got this pretty well snugged up. I'm going to try and remove and dab some of that excess glue. Don't have a lot of room to operate now that the clamps are in place, but we'll do our best. We're going to let that sit for about 24 hours, and then we'll see how it looks. So it's been a little over 48 hours. I'm going to remove these clamps. I'm assuming the glue should be well dried. We're going to have a look at the shoe here. I mean, you can see where I had added the glue. You know, I tried to dab most of that and pull it out. A little bit of residue that, but overall I don't really care about that. I just want it to be secure and not peel any further. So it looks good. It's time to put the shoes on and give them a test drive. And I'll test these for a couple weeks before I post the video, and hopefully this will help you if you need to make a similar repair on your shoes. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.